Have you ever encountered a woman that you truly desire, and when you go in for the move, you get rejected? Well, this is one of the most mind-boggling things, and it often happens when men like yourself misread some of the signs women give off. You see, every woman will do a couple of things if they want to sleep with you. Today, we explore some of these fascinating psychological facts that are common signs of a woman wanting to sleep with you, or at least have some fun. Make sure to check out every one of these noticeable things, as they often work in conjunction with one another. Let's hop in.
Fearless Forge.
Number 1. Your dates turn into fancy affairs. One of the first things that you'll notice women do when they like you is dress up whenever they get to see you. While she might have initially chosen to wear something comfortable, she might change her mind and choose something a little more revealing if she likes you for the date. The goal here is to entice you into liking her as well. Women generally put in more effort and resources when they meet someone they truly like. You'll notice this in many small things, but the way she dresses is one of the first ways she shows it. Number 2. Asking about your intimate history. One of the most awkward moments is often the first time any illicit conversation pops up between you and a woman. While this is very easy to navigate via texting, it turns into a whole different kettle of fish when in person. A self-assured woman will often try to pry a little about your intimate history with other women and try to find out if you're good or if you're inexperienced. Now, keep in mind that if she doesn't want to sleep with you, talking about illicit topics can put her off, but when she brings it up, it's a clear indication of attraction. Number 3. She starts flirting via text messaging. Text messaging is one thing that you should try to avoid when you truly like someone. However, people have lost all self-confidence in the modern era, and this is why texting has become that much easier when it comes to communication. For women, this is also a truth, and this is why they might want to start flirting with you through the various texting apps that you use. Now, when a woman's younger, this doesn't bother her too much. However, as she gets older, this becomes something of meaning, and she'll flirt with you through text messaging apps. Number 4. She follows your lead. Whether she belongs to the streets or she lives in a mighty castle, a woman should always be willing to submit to the lead of her partner. However, you also need to be realistic and take a look at how societal norms have evolved over the last decade or so. You see, women are more empowered, often out-earning men, and this begs the question of why she should follow your lead. Well, many psychological publications have indicated that women haven't changed to adopt natural masculine demeanors, and this is why they naturally should follow your lead. If you notice a woman who's always asking you for advice or allowing you to make the final decisions, it could be a sign that she's interested in you. However, you'll need to be on the lookout for some of the other signs as well. Number 5. She tests you constantly. One of the things that every guy has to face, aside from death and taxes, is being tested by a woman. You see, women have a plethora of options in the modern dating world, and they'll constantly try to seek out the most powerful and worthy partner for their needs and to procreate. However, sifting through all these men can be tough, which is why women often do ridiculous things as a way of testing a man. But let's say you've survived the initial tests and things are going well. What happens next is she'll check to see if you're worthy of sleeping together, and this can involve trying to make you jealous or distract you. Yeah, you might want to sleep with her, but it should be on your own terms and not because she convinced you. However, a woman who does want to sleep with you will ensure that you know constantly you're being tested. Ideally, you want to ignore all the tests, and then you can sleep with her, completely destroying her game and making her addicted to this new kind of masculinity that she's never encountered. Number 6. Physical contact. With most of the long-distance methods now under wraps, it's time to look at some of the more personal ways that women go about showing you that they want to sleep with you. At number 6 on this list is physical contact, and this one should, in essence, be self-explanatory. You see, women seldom touch or even make a move on men they don't like. In fact, this never happens, and she truly needs to be motivated if she's to make physical contact with any man. This means that if you're the lucky recipient of those arm touches or even the occasional touch with a joke, she's ready to be physical. Physical contact is mandatory for successful relationships, and whenever a woman does make this kind of contact with you, you can be pretty much convinced that there's a ton of attraction taking place between the two of you. Ideally, you want to make her feel comfortable and go along with the ride, but don't be afraid of dishing out a few touches of your own either. Number 7, she always wants to be close to you. One reality of human behavior is that men and women often want to be in close proximity to those they know and trust. This is easily observable when you check out parties or club events. You should notice that cliques often stick together as a way of feeling safe. This is natural human behavior dating back to the days of tribalism. Women are no different, and they will always want to be as close as possible to the person they're attracted to. This means that she'll try to be as close to you as possible when in public and group settings. So if you notice her always sitting next to you, and in some cases even forcing space to be close to you, you can be sure that she's fully attracted. Number 8, consistent eye contact. Eye contact is a very personal and important thing. While there are tons of lies and even half-truths about the eyes, one thing that remains is that the eyes are the window into the soul, and you can easily and without experience see a lot about a person by looking into their eyes. Since fear and shame are prevalent in society, many people don't have it in them to look someone in the eye anymore, and women who often submit won't either. However, once she feels comfortable and trusting, she might make more and more eye contact. Yes, eye contact is very important, and when she makes it with you consistently, it's one of the best signs of attraction. Eye contact, combined with closing the physical space between you, means you are golden. Number 9, she's anxious around you. Let's get something out of the way first. A woman who has tons of experience might react completely differently to someone who doesn't have as much experience. Experience might give them a very cool and calm demeanor. However, women who truly like you enough that they might be willing to sleep with you often become anxious around you, but there's a reason for this. The main source of human anxiety is fear of the future, and this is because she doesn't know what to expect. A little bit of anxiety is great when it comes to women, and aside from creating more intense experiences, it shows that she's fearful of something pertaining to your current relationship or situation. This is perhaps not by itself the best indicator that she wants to sleep with you, but when you combine it with some of the others on this list, it does amplify those other signs. Number 10, she lights up around you. Moving from a possible sign to a more clear sign, this is one of the best indicators that a woman does have some interest in you and she wants to sleep with you. You see, humans are heavily influenced by those around them, and for a woman, emotions often spill out all over the place. This means that if her mood changes to something more jubilant when you arrive on the scene, she definitely finds you attractive, or at least she enjoys your company enough to change her mood. Since women don't feel the need to change their moods for men anymore, you notice something like this is a very powerful indicator of attraction happening. Try to look at her behavior and you'll notice this, but one extra tip to give you is that reading body language takes a lot of time and skill to master. Number 11, taking a leap of faith. Finally, women have become quite confident in many cases, and this is often one of the reasons they lead relationships where weak men are involved. You see, if you spend too much time trying to read and figure out what her signs mean, she might be the one jumping you and making the first move. By looking at common sense, you can see that whenever she makes the move first, there's no denying that she's interested, and this will be the question of whether you're interested or not. Women might seem complex, but understanding the signs they give is easy when you assess the situation for what it is and don't allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. But getting to a point where she shows these signs can be rather tricky. For this reason, you should make sure to watch which 3 simple hacks you can use to make any woman miss you badly.